vinyl community. Here I am. After much debating, much contemplating, and much, some would say, constipating, I've decided to take the leap, take the plunge, and start sharing my vinyl adventures with the greater vinyl community. I've really enjoyed, over the past few years, watching a lot of content put out by fellow collectors, some who I've been fortunate enough to be friends with, meet at shows, meet at local stores, meet online. And, you know, I felt like 2022 is the year that I should probably contribute to the greater vinyl community, right, wrong, or indifferent, and share my vinyl adventures. I'd like to travel and check out stores and shops anywhere I go, and I've taken a lot of photos and videos over the years, but just never got around to saying, hey, here it is. So I'm glad you're joining me on this journey. This is obviously my first video, so please be kind, be patient, and any kind of feedback, constructive criticism, I'm all ears. If you want to fill out the comment section what you think, definitely please do so. Like, subscribe, dislike, whatever you feel like doing. Just be engaged, and that's the main reason I'm doing this. I just want to really engage with the greater vinyl community and really share this joy of music and physical media with you. So my intent, I'll say that right now, my intent, emphasis on intent, is to keep these videos at around 10 minutes. Some may go longer, some may go shorter, but by and large, trying to keep that sweet spot of 10 minutes-ish, emphasis on ish. So for this one, kick this off, you know, obviously I'm filming this in my record room. There will be time for a quick tour. It's a small room, but there's a lot of wax in here. I'll show you my setup, about me and my collecting. There will be plenty of time for that down the road. But for this video, what I'd like to do is share with you some recent pickups I had, and then a quick story that I'm sure a lot of you watching this can relate to. So let's kick it off. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you have felt the pain here right after Christmas. Go to your local store, your local honey hole, your local spot that no one frequents that often. And it's pretty bone dry out there, especially right after Christmas and the holidays. I even knew this. I even knew, hey, it's kind of futile to go to the local store. Man, they give you that gift certificate for Christmas, that relative, that wife, that friend, and why not? I'll just drop in. Well, needless to say, I'm sure a lot of you can relate. It's tough out there right now, especially that period right after Christmas and for like next couple weeks after. I think Rhino has a release. Maybe mid-January is probably the next infusion of a little excitement coming to the vinyl community. I think it's the In Your Ear series, but I digress. So knowing that, I still went to a couple shops this week and realized, yeah, it's pretty bone dry out there. So fortunately, I had some extra time off here on the holidays from work, and I decided, hey, I'm going to drive to the neighboring state. It's only about 30 minutes away, across the river, and check out some of the shops out there. And there I found a couple things I'd like to share with you right now, and some stuff that I was actually very surprised to find sealed, and stuff that I was very happy to add to my collection. So let me show you. First record I picked up was this 2019 Record Store Day release from Lisa Loebs. Stay, her signature song, is on this one. This came on red wax. So obviously, without dating myself, I remember when this came out. I want to say 95. I may be off. It might have been 94, 96. Tell me in the comments. 95, I'm pretty sure, is when this came out. I mean, she wasn't even, I think she was an independent artist. The video came out. I don't even think she was assigned to a label at that point, either an independent label or even a major label. And I've always liked this song. When this came out, 2019 for Record Store Day, I don't recall any of my shops having it. And even then, it wasn't on the top of my list for that Record Store Day cycle. It was more of a not need to have, more of a nice to have. So to be able to pick this up post Record Store Day, used copy, $10, right in the sweet spot, was great. I did check some comps on Discogs, and the Wild West of Discogs is some wild stuff, but people trying to get like $50 for it right now. good for them if they can get it. Getting this for 10, I felt like a win, and I'll enjoy it for what it is. I wouldn't even call this a single because, I mean, it's got Stay on there, it's got a couple other songs, but $10, good score. Next up, I picked up a nice sealed copy of Incubus Light Grenades. This copy, there was a Record Store Day copy that came out in 2012, numbered, limited release, initial release. I did not get that one. That's not what this is. This is the one that came right after it, 2013. One of the hallmarks of my collection is like 90s, early 2000s releases when vinyl was kind of in a more or less dormant period. And Incubus, obviously, is a band I listened to at that time. I already have Make Yourself, Morning View, already have that. Did not have this one. Really enjoy Anna Molly, the lead track on side 2. Title track, Light Grenades, is great. And then the producer was Brendan O'Brien, who I remember, Stone Temple Pilots was one of my bands coming up, and I remember he produced some stuff from them. So happy to add this one to the collection. And then the coup de grace for the pickups of this week was this juicy gem, Them Crooked Vultures, self-titled, released 2009. I mean, as you can see, this baby is still sealed. This obviously is the side project, super group, whatever you want to call it, of Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters, Josh Homme, Queens of the Stone Age, John Paul Jones even, Led Zeppelin. I remember when this came out, it was nice. It was a nice listen, but it wasn't something that in 2009 as my collection, I'm getting into records, and I was more focused on quantity than quality at that time, hitting up Goodwills, thrift stores, etc. This was one that really wasn't on my radar, if you will. So fast forward, let's call it 2015. I'm thinking, yeah, I'd like to add that one. I really enjoy the Foo Fighters. I really enjoy, the more I listen to this off and on through streaming, CDs, I would check out from the library, what have you. Well, wouldn't you know, 2015, 16-ish, this thing shot up aftermarket. It was like a $100 record. Blows my mind. It blows my mind that a lot of titles that came out 2006 to, let's call it 2013, 14, really are just crazy prices nowadays. I mean, everything's crazy prices in a lot of ways. But this one, and it was never really on my want list, my Discogs want list. It was more of a, would love to have it if I could find it for $50, give or take. And I saw it somewhere else in my travels once, but it was near that $100 price point. It wasn't ready. But this baby, 4 sharp corners, a little creasing from, sitting in the bins for a minute at the shop. But didn't pay 100, didn't pay 50, paid less than that. Really happy to add this to the collection. I can't wait to give this one a spin. So, and then to wrap this introductory video out, let me share a quick story with you. So, I'm sure a lot of you out in the vinyl community took advantage of some great deals around Black Friday and around the shopping season when it came to vinyl. I'm no exception to that. Target, in fact, had a Black Friday promotion, buy 2, get 1 free, which essentially amounts to 33% off 3 records, right? And with that, I picked up a record. My wife had kind of gently said, yeah, I'd kind of like the new Adele record that came out. The same one that jammed up the pressing plants, that 500,000 copies. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you out there already know the details about this one, so I'm not even going to rehash that. But long and short, it was, hey, she asked for it, great deal, cool, need a present idea for Christmas, cool. It hit all the marks, right? Pick this up. Well, wouldn't you know, the danger in getting a gift that far in advance of Christmas or anything, birthday, anniversary, whatever, is that you leave yourself open to somebody coming in and giving them the exact same gift. And that's what happened here. My wife went out with some of her girlfriends for like a gift swap Christmas get together, and one of her buddies gave her this. So knowing that, I did a quick pivot, was able to get her a replacement record, something else that she had kind of gently asked for, another story for another time. But that meant I had this copy, and I already have some Adele in my collection. Talented artist, enjoy several of her songs, but it wasn't a big lift to say, I'll keep it, right? It's easier than returning it. So as I'm learning more about this release, hadn't even opened it, I see online that a lot of collectors and a lot of vinyl community members are saying, hey, the top copy to get of this release is the RTI pressed copy. So being the collector I am, then I am now fixated on it. Well, that's the best. That's the audiophile-ish copy. That's what I've got to have. And so as I'm doing my research, I'm finding that there's not an easy way to disseminate what the RTI pressing is. And I mean, it has the same barcode, it has the same hype sticker. It's not like the Walmart release with a clear vinyl call out variant. It's not the Amazon exclusive white vinyl. It's the same catalog number. So it's really a mixed bag of trying to chase this down. There is a Discogs listing for it that has the matrix information on it. Fortunately, since I had some time to let the situation breathe, some folks had commented on the RTI listing on Discogs and said, hey, bought the Amazon Black copy and it matches this verbatim. Encouraging news, but I'm also the type of person that I'm not going to take a random internet person's POV point of view to say this is exactly what I'm looking for. Fortunately, someone else did purchase and corroborate what this person had said, even gave a link. Here's the exact listing to the product description page. So buy this copy. I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna get the copy. Maybe I can get this one down the road. Well, what you know, Amazon package arrives. You know, a lot of you know that Amazon ships generally in a mailer and then a outer pack. Well, this one, unfortunately, first one I got, and I say first one, you see where this is going. First one came in just that initial mailer. So fingers crossed, hoping it's okay. I open it up and there's a big old corner ding waiting for me. So Amazon's return policy, I'll give them credit, is pretty tried and true. A few questions asked, damaged, set up a replacement. 2 days later, a replacement comes. And wouldn't you know, this one was even worse than the first. And what I mean by that is this one, instead of a semblance of a box, came in what I'd best describe as like a garment bag, a very limp grocery bag type of thing. And I saw this on my porch, heart sank, like I know where this is going. Fingers crossed it somehow made the miraculous journey in the back of that Amazon truck without being annihilated, and I pull it open and annihilation central. So Ford has destroyed corners, it's bent and curved. I mean, I would have taken pictures had I known I was doing this video at the time. Rather than try to play Amazon Relay a third time and try to get a copy, I just called up and said, hey, I'd like to return this. Is there anything I can get guarantee that this will come shipped mailer, outer box? Customer service person I spoke to had no clue about records, really didn't understand the situation. He didn't understand that it was their Amazon practice to ship, best practice, mailer, outer, done. So I could see that was a disaster and an exercise in futility. So I decided to just take the refund. Look, I got this Target copy. Don't be greedy, man. It let it be. It was the universe's way of saying to stick with what you have. So set up, refund, returned to Amazon, done deal, right? So now I've got this Target copy. So I go ahead and open it up, and first thing I do, just out of innate curiosity, is, hey, what's the matrix? What pressing is this? And what irony of all ironies, it's the RTI pressing. So I'm literally sitting on this copy the entire time, and I go through all the Amazon gymnastics only to find that what I wanted in the first place is what I put on my turntable. I spun, it sounded terrific, and all that tomfoolery made for probably good filler content for this initial video. So thanks for listening. Stay tuned. I got a lot more content coming, and appreciate you staying this far. I've already run over my 10 minutes, so room for improvement there. But I look forward to putting out some more videos for you if you look forward to watching. So stay tuned.